There's a lot of talk about the new Vanguard FTSE Global All Cap ETF, and it is exciting, don't get me wrong. Global diversified option, super diversified, 7,000 plus holdings for a total expense ratio of 0.07% is really exciting news. But I wanted to do another video just to remind people that this isn't a magical source of returns. I think the hype can get a bit too far in the sense that people think they have to switch or they might miss out, or the lowest fee means it's definitely the best option. And I did cover this a bit in my last video, but in this video, I really want to focus on the fact that lowest fee is not a guarantee of best performance. And when we're comparing the Vanguard FTSE All World, the Invesco FTSE All World, the Spider MSCI All Country World, name any other global fund that tracks large and mid-cap stocks developed in emerging markets, when we compare that to the Vanguard FTSE Global All Cap, the new ETF, we're not comparing like for like because this new ETF, VAL, includes small caps as well. And the reason why we're not comparing like for like is because it has more holdings, but the knock-on effect of it including small caps is it basically dilutes the weighting of the large and mid caps. Whilst Vanguard hasn't updated their page yet for the new ETF, VAL, we can see their page for VAFGAG, the OEIC, the mutual fund version of the Global All Cap. And by looking at this, we can get some idea what the holdings will be for VAL. I'd imagine VAL and VAFGAG will have very similar weightings, if not identical, because they're tracking the same index. They both have over 7,000 stocks. So they should be pretty much identical. And by looking at VAFGAG and comparing it to VWRP, we can see that the knock-on effect of tracking a global all-cap index and including thousands more stocks, those small caps, is it dilutes the weighting of the large and mid caps. And we don't have to go through all the holdings here. Just by looking at the top 10, if we compare the weighting of NVIDIA in VWRP to the weighting of NVIDIA in VAFGAG, NVIDIA has a slightly lower weighting. It has a slightly lower weighting because by including thousands more stocks, those small caps, it dilutes the weighting to the large and mid caps. And this is what you have to consider. This weighting difference is more important than the small fee difference, 0.14% total expense ratio for VWRP and 0.07% for VAL. Again, we don't know the weightings for VAL, but I'm using VAFGAG as a good comparison because they track the same index and we should expect very similar, if not pretty much identical weightings. I do think it's sensible to wait for the portfolio data for VAL to come out, just absolutely confirm it, but it would be surprising if it differs significantly from VAFGAG. Anyway, so by having this dilution, what this tells us is that if large and mid caps outperform small caps in any given period, then VAL will underperform VWRP because VWRP has more weighting to those large and mid caps. If small caps outperform large and mid caps in any given period as a whole, then VAL will outperform VWRP because VWRP doesn't have those small caps and VAL does have a small weighting to them. And that leads us on to the next point. There will be a performance difference if small caps do better than large caps or worse than large caps. Of course, there's going to be a performance difference, but the performance difference isn't going to be that great. And the reason is, although those small caps are included, both of these funds, all of these popular global index tracking ETFs, unless they explicitly say otherwise, are market cap weighted. Market cap weighted meaning the greater the market value of a company, the greater the weighting it has in the index. And we can see, going back to comparing VAFGAG and VWRP, that the weightings, although lower for VAFGAG, is pretty similar. That's because large and mid-cap stocks are still going to dominate a global all-cap fund. What that tells us is that although the small-cap performance will lead to a difference in performance, it's not going to be great. What is much more important is the performance of the large and mid-caps. Another concern you might have by having VWRP over VAL is that you might miss out on the next NVIDIA or the next massive company that starts off small and becomes massive. And this isn't correct. The reason why this isn't correct is because these ETFs, these indexes, rebalance, and you might miss out the first stage of growth when a small company starts growing, but the second that small company becomes a mid or a large cap, it's going to be in VWRP at the next rebalance. So you're not going to miss out on the next NVIDIA or the next mega cap company by investing in VWRP. You only miss out on that initial stage of growth when they are a small cap originally, and also when they are a small cap originally and they're in VAL, they're going to have a very, very small weighting. If a stock has a 0.02, 0.03% weighting in VAL and it triples in value, it's still not going to have that much performance impact. If small caps as a whole outperform, then yes, VAL will outperform VWRP, but again, just by not that much. So the point of this video is to say that the low fee is exciting, but your decision as to whether you want to switch this new fund should be more focused on whether you're bothered about the inclusion of small caps. If you want the truly passive approach, you want no say on whether you think large, mid, or small is going to do better. You'd think you don't know, which most people don't know. I don't know if large, mid, or small are going to do better. Then you may want to go for the global all cap, because that's you. You're not saying, you're just saying, I want to buy the market and see what happens. If you have a preference and you believe that large and mid caps are going to outperform small caps going forward, then something like the Vanguard FTSE All World or equivalents, Invesco FTSE All World, Spider MSCI All Country World, iShares MSCI All Country World, any of them may suit you better. Now, there is a third option, and the third option is what I currently do. That is separating your small cap exposure. So you have a large and mid cap global ETF as your main holding, then you also hold a small cap ETF on the side. This could be for two main reasons. You might just want to have your custom weighting to small cap. So you'll invest into, say, the new Vanguard FTSE Global Small Cap ETF or an iShares MSCI World Small Cap ETF. And then by separating the two, you can decide the weighting you want to give to small caps. Another reason why you might want to separate your large and mid cap and your small cap exposure is because you want to have some sort of filtered small cap exposure. You only want to invest into small caps of a certain variety. So going back to how I structure my portfolio, I include a small cap ETF that has value and profitability filters. And I do this just because I like the research that shows historically small sized companies that are relatively cheap and profitable have tended to outperform. Now, that's no guarantee going forward. And this is me having an active say on my portfolio. I'm saying that I only want these small caps of this particular variety. I only want relatively cheap from a valuation perspective and profitable small caps to be included in my portfolio. That's what I'm saying by doing that. And that is a bit more complicated. But if you want to do that, then of course the global all cap may not be suitable for you because you're not having that filtered small cap exposure. You're just having pure small cap exposure, market cap weighted. They're included regardless of their quality, their value, whatever it may be. So to sum up here, I do still think it's really exciting, this new Vanguard FTSE Global All Cap ETF. I've been covering it for about 5 or 6 months now. I think my original video is in February, 20-something of February, because it was being leaked basically from ETF Stream. They did an article, they noticed it had been registered in Ireland, and that's how we've known it's coming. And of course, now it's here. What I may do going forward is I may do an experiment with a small pie on my portfolio. I don't want to switch my portfolio to it for the reasons stated. It's a personal decision for me, and I think everyone has to make their own decision. Just know the facts and make their own decision. I can't tell you how to invest. No other YouTuber can tell you how to invest your money. But hopefully what I and other people can do is just share information, help you do your own research and decide what works for you. And I think what I may do is create a small pie and buy, say, £200, £340, maybe £500 of VWRP and £500 of VALL. And what I can do is basically just show the performance and show how it differs over time. Because what we'll see in 6 months' time, in 12 months' time, there will be a performance difference. And this performance difference is going to be more than the fee, because the fee isn't the biggest influence. The biggest influence is the performance of small caps. Unless we have a really weird scenario where small caps perform the exact same as large and mid caps, which is possible, there will be a difference in performance. And that performance is not tied to the fee difference. It's tied to the performance of those small caps. So that is all I wanted to do in this video. Just a quick one. I'll get this. I'm going to edit this now. I'm recording this at 2:30. Let's see what time you're watching this by. Thank you for watching.